feels so wild to be talking about a thing like the PS Vita in 2025.
Well, it's like we were
so
saying. It's like
long ago.
they had the chance, they had the opportunity to be the Switch, but Sony decided that nobody likes handheld games.
People will like Concord instead.
Yeah, that aged poorly. Anyways,
You think they're ever gonna try that shit again?
do handheld?
Yeah.
I mean,
Effectively, like, do what Xbox is doing. It's like, hey, they have their overpriced handheld thing coming out. We should do that.
we should do that. I mean, yeah, there's always the possibility.
I mean, they've never copied Xbox before, but it feels like that's just like the thing to do now for gaming companies, you know?
I guess. Well, I feel like it's not even necessarily so much copying Xbox. It's more of just like seeing the popularity of the Switch. Just like, all right, we gotta get in
Steam
on this.
Deck, yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know? I just don't think Sony can convince themselves to go 100% in that, though, and I don't know why.
I mean, it's not like the Vita where they have to like actually commit to anything. Just make a thing that works, basically.
Just make a thing that plays PS5 games, and like decently. That's it.
Just you know, they we're saying this, and they did make that shitty controller thing.
Did.
Like, does that even frickin' count though?
I would not count it because you still need to have it connected via Wi-Fi, I think, and like you need to have like a PlayStation 5 itself. So no, I would not count that. I know they have something like that, but I would not count that. So, I don't know. Anyways, hello and welcome to another episode of It Never Ends. I'm Andrew. Over there is my good buddy Alex. How you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. How you doing?
Pretty good. A lot of shit has gone down since the last podcast, and I was like, we needed to wait 24 hours for the Silksong release date. I did not think it was going to be a release date, and how soon it was going to be.
I think in the last podcast, weren't you making jokes, being like, "What do you think is going to come out first, GTA 6 or
GTA 6 or
Hollow Knight
Silksong?" Yeah.
Yeah.
And we were all like, and I was just like, it's because I was editing the other day. It was just like, we were just like, it better not be just like the same gameplay we've seen before, blah blah blah. Like being just like really down the dump spot, and we're like, all right, we're not gonna get the expectations too high, but it turns out we should have.
100%.
Look, we can finally take off the clown costume. We can take off the clown nose, and we go, it's here, it's real.
In our defense, we had no reason to suspect that it was going to.
Absolutely none.
Like, how long has it been? I don't know. It's
like
awesome.
7.5 years.
We are finally getting the follow up to Hollow Knight.
The Silksong is real.
Holy shit.
I always like those memes whenever I see them. It's just like it's like weird, like photoshopped like Whitebeard or whatever, going the Silksong is real or whatever, and I thought that was hilarious.
Dude, this is just such a legendary year for indie games. Then
I know, right? Like, and that was my next thing. Have you seen the price point for it, by the way?
Yeah, $20.
20 fucking bucks? Are you kidding me? I'd pay like at least 50 for that shit. Are you kidding me? The fact is that right as this moment right now, you can buy Silksong and Expedition 33 and still save $10 more than you would buying like Mario Kart Worlds at the moment. What are we doing?
How much is Expedition 33?
It's $50.
Yeah, you are saving money.
Yeah, you can buy two phenomenal games for $70, and you'd still and that would be less than you'd spend on Mario Kart Worlds or any other $80 game.
Fuck
Look,
you, Nintendo.
All I'm saying is if like this year's game of the year is just like Expedition 33, Hollow Knight Silksong, and like a bunch of other indie games or whatever, it's like this only.
What else is this?
It will only further the proof that indie games are doing games way better than AAA is doing right now. Not saying AAA is bad. Too? It's just that it just seems like indies seems to know what it is that gamers want and everything like that. And also, a lot of games look real crappy and play real crappy.
I mean, out of like just looking at like the last like year and a half, most of like these standout titles that I have played have basically all been indie games.
Yeah.
Like what else came out? Like Monster Train 2 this year. Isn't Slay the Spire 2 also this year?
I think it's slated for this year. I don't know if there's a release date for it yet, though.
Okay. Isn't like 1.0 of Hades also supposed to come out this year?
Yes.
Or Hades 2?
They said Hades 2. The next big update for it will be the 1.0 patch, which they said should be coming sometime this year. My guess it'll probably still be a couple months off, but they've shadow dropped a bunch of shit in the past, so I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, they just shadow dropped fucking Silksong.
That's true.
I'm not
That's true.
At this point, anything's possible.
Anything is possible. So, God, yeah. If you, it's like indie game of the year and like game of the year just gonna look almost identical at that point. Like if Hades 2 1.0 officially comes out, it's like, well, shit.
Dude, what are you thinking if you're a AAA game developer, though, looking at all this, though? It's like, if...
Take notes, man.
Really, like... Basically, it's like everything... With everything coming out this year, it's like every single game that is and should be nominated for Game of the Year is an indie game. Bro, if it goes to Death Stranding 2, I'm gonna squeal.
I'm gonna fucking lose it. I will stab a bitch.
I will legit be so mad. I will be the first to admit I don't give a single fuck.
No,
about
I don't either. But it's just like, come on, man.
Fuck that. If this year of all years it's not going to an indie game, I'm just giving up on life.
I mean, I think at that point it was like, all right, this was already a clown show. It's become even more of a clown show. I feel like for a lot of people, and a lot of consensus of people, like the number one game, the number one games when they think about like game of the year, it's like Expedition 33, like Silksong will probably be up there too. And like, what else even came out this year? Did Night Rain come out this year? Was that did Elden Ring Night Rain come out this year? It did, didn't it?
Yeah, I think the reception to that one was a little mixed. Actually,
yeah, that's kind of what it felt like.
Another big one is I don't know if it's AAA. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.
That is indie
pretty
as well.
Sure.
Yeah, that one's indie as well. And I think it's also the price point the same as Expedition 33, if I'm not mistaken.
$60.
Oh, it's 60. Okay, well, I mean, it's still pretty good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Right now, it's on sale for just like $40 for anybody that wants to pick it up.
Yeah, it's great. I see here the original game is only $6 right now on Steam. It's like, damn.
I mean, one of my favorite games of this year is currently $15 on Steam. So,
that's fair. I was like, I haven't played a ton of games this year, but I think my personal game of the year this year is so far is Monster Train 2, but that will quickly change probably.
Oh, I love Monster Train 2. I am absolute dog shit at it.
It's so good once you figure it out. It's just like, I see how this works now.
Dude, I remember us talking about it when it was first revealed. Have you ever tried the game Neon White before?
I have not, but I've had it on my wish list for a while, and I just never. Every time I see it on sale, I just go, hey, I'm good. It looks really good, though.
It's on sale right now. God,
yeah,
there are so many good indie games.
Me. Yeah.
Dude, I bought like the fucking Squirrel Simulator, and I need to sit down and play that. That looks... It does. I'm not sure if it looks good. It looks very Alex. If that makes any sense. If that makes any sense.
It's just like it's just so crazy to think that after 7+ years, like we're finally getting Silksong, and it's just like, and it's like, you know, the devs are like, they're like, oh, what made it take so long? I'm like, well, we just had too much fun making the game, and I go, it's probably about half the story.
There was probably like a bunch of bureaucracy just in there that they just didn't want to mention or talk about, which I can respect.
Yeah. It's like, I'm not doubting that they had a lot of fun making this game and just kept coming up with more and more things to kind of throw in there, which extended development time and everything like that. I know at some point they needed to like redo the entire thing, basically. So it's just like, yeah, I was like, it's probably about half the story. But yeah, it's like, if I'm looking at, I don't know, it's just like this year specifically with like, you know, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, like Hollow Knight Silksong, Expedition 33, and just the multitude of indie games that have come and gone basically throughout like this year and stuff like that, only shows that the indie game scene is just stronger than it's ever been, while AAA is just floundering at this point, it kind of feels like. Some games are good, a lot of games aren't, you know.
Most are not, yeah.
And and I think the problem is as well is just because it's like they keep pricing these like higher and higher. It's like we go to the 70, it's like we're talking about now it's like $80 for games and stuff like that, and like we're all hitting the point, and it's something we've talked about before, is that games at some point are just going to be so expensive that it's going to alienate a lot of people from being able to play AAA games, because they're like, I'm not spending $80 for, you know, some AAA slop basically that's half baked.
And they're going to use that as an excuse to push you towards their subscription services. And it's like, oh, well, you don't want to pay $80? Well, if you just pay like
buy the Game Pass.
$20-$30 a month, if they try to, I will squeal if they make Game Pass $30 a month. But it's like, yeah, just pay this, and you know, you can get all the
you got all your games available day one.
It's like, well, yeah, I don't own anything then, though.
You will own nothing, and you will like it. You will like it.
At the exact same time, I'm hoping to God they start seeing this. What we're seeing with indie games has to be it should be a trend that should start extending to the rest of the industry now, though, too, because it's like, oh, well, you know, it's Claire Obscure 33. Yeah, my toilet started making fucking ghost noises, and it just caught me off guard. It's never done that before.
Oh.
I'm sorry, but...
You got a haunted toilet over there?
What?
You got a haunted toilet over there?
I think so. I think it's just mad at me because I had, like, really bad diarrhea earlier.
Oh, yeah. I could see it being mad because of that.
I had a food coma earlier. That's why I was late today, because I just ate a fuck ton of Taco Bell, and it was just, like, buckets. Anyway, back to what we're talking about. It's like that game's only
Yeah.
That game's only $50.
They're making a profit and everything like that.
Yeah, and you know, Silksong is only $20. And I think for a lot of people, they're seeing all these overpriced and, you know, let's be honest, kind of underdeveloped video games.
Just half-baked ideas, basically. Half-baked games.
I think a lot of the development for these games is going into the wrong areas, too. It's like...
Oh, absolutely. It's got to be.
We've talked about many times about this before, about how little of a fuck I give about, like, oh, you can see all the little, like, skin follicles on a character's face when I was...
Yeah.
Or whatever. It's like, who gives a fuck?
Nobody cares.
Nobody gives a fuck.
Nobody cares.
It's so detailed, and it's only going to take, like, 8-10 years to develop, and we're going to price it at $100. It's like... Just don't. If the next GTA game that comes out and it looks like Vice City, it's like I really don't care.
Nobody
as long as
would
the game
care.
Is good.
There would be a very small minority that says, well, it doesn't look realistic and stuff like that. Fuck them. Who gives a shit? You know, it's like it's almost like game. At some point, we realize that games are meant to be fun and played to have fun and stuff like that. Not to be super realistic. Not to really be able to look at the follicles. Not to look photorealistic. If you can get there, and it's not ridiculous, then great. But it doesn't need to be.
I think the problem is too we're quickly reaching like a technological, almost like peak in terms of graphics and like audio immersion. So it's like, well, where do we go from there? It's like we don't need to make every game look and sound this good anymore. It's like it's nice,
in fact,
especially like if it's.
In fact, I would say it actually hinders it at some point because a lot of the times those games just kind of blend together.
Yeah.
It's like some of the more memorable games are the ones that have unique art styles or art designs or anything like that. Just unique styles that are vastly different from one. Hollow Knight Silksong is a great example of that. Just like that, almost like cartoony, but like very dark aesthetic or whatever that like most of the place has, and each of the individual biomes and themselves are just vastly different from one another. That you just remember all of them because of it.
Mm-hmm. I think the best example of this is I will still defend this game because I still had fun with it when I was a kid, but it, without a doubt, the Zelda game that has aged the worst is Twilight Princess.
Yes. Because
when the GameCube came out and they had that like tech demo, everyone was like, "Oh, well, I want a realistic Zelda," and got super pissy about Wind Waker. So they made what they thought everyone wanted, which was the more realistic like Twilight Princess game. And when you look back at that game, it just, in comparison to like every other Zelda that has ever existed visually, it is just not aged too well.
No.
And I'm just I'm with you. I'm at a point where it's like I'd like more stylistic, interesting looking game styles or visual styles.
Just something more memorable than just like looking at the same thing or whatever. And I'm not saying that you can't make games realistic and make it look like that. I think Final Fantasy VII Remake and Rebirth are a great example of that, where they are realistic, but at the same point they have their specific like almost futuristic kind of style or whatever to it or whatever, but then it has the mix of the more fantasy like settings and elements to it as well.
I think the biggest takeaway is that it's not a necessity for every single game. And I think AAA really needs to get more comfortable with that. Mm-hmm. It's like for a game like, I don't know, like you said, Final Fantasy or Assassin's Creed, it's like, yeah, you can absolutely make that work, but not every game has to be like that. Not every game has to have like these overly inflated budgets in order for you to justify like, oh, it needs to be like priced at like $80 to $100 so we can make our money back. It's like that's silly.
Yeah, it's just it's just kind of silly and just unnecessary. So I don't know, like I really do hope that at some point in the near future we like AAA games look at it and just they go from one or the other. Like it's just that they look at it and going like, oh well, nobody wants to pay $80, so let's make everything free to play, and then just slap in microtransactions left and right, game battle passes and everything like that.
Nobody wants that either.
You don't need to do that. These are the two extremes that it seems like AAA just loves to do. It's either price everything super high or make it free but just microtransaction everyone to shit. I'm telling you, you don't need to do that.
At some point too, they're also going to realize that some people aren't going to want to pay for the microtransactions.
Exactly. There's a lot of people that wouldn't.
Just price your game decently accordingly. It's like somebody pointed this out in I think it was a YouTube short. I hate the route my mind is going down with these YouTube shorts and TikToks or whatever, but it was. I'm sorry. I'm tired and I'm bitchy today, but it was a video where they pointed out like one like new legendary shop skin in Overwatch 2 costs about as much as Hollow Knight Silksong.
Yep. I did
really
see
think
that.
about that.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
A skin is going to cost more than it costs just as much as a game that's going to have 60 plus hours, probably more, considering it's not, because like 60 hours is I think what average like first playthrough of Hollow Knight is.
Yeah.
And they're saying that Hollow Knight Silksong is even bigger than Hollow Knight, so it's like it's probably going to be 80 hours if I had to guess.
Mm-hmm. Undoubtedly one of the best games of the year, and I could maybe see that if you play that game a bunch, but at the exact same time, it's like, is that not insane?
Yeah, I mean it is.
Completion. Yeah, no, you're completely right. Completionist playtime for Hollow Knight, the Void Heart Edition is 64 hours.
Mm-hmm. It's like 60 something hours. I was pretty sure for all of it.
If you just play through like the main story and do nothing else, which what the fuck are you doing if you're playing Hollow Knight? Yeah, it's 27 hours, and if you're doing everything plus like extras, it's around 40 like 5 hours.
Yeah, and that's why I always say like the first playthrough is obviously the one you're going to take the longest because you're figuring it all out basically.
I mean, for me, it's going to be 60 hours because I suck cock at video games.
I think my first playthrough was probably about 65 hours or so it's not far off.
Thanks, man. That makes me feel less self-conscious about my terrible gameplay abilities.
I mean, it takes a while to figure out some of those, like, whatever. You got to figure out how you, like, have to maneuver your character and everything like that, and then you just, like... Some bosses are harder than others. I spent 4 hours, I think, specifically on Nightmare King Grim, if I'm not mistaken. God damn it.
God.
That fucking fight. It was a great fight, but golly, man, that was a pain in the rear. So,
dude, they put this is kind of unrelated, but they put Sifu on Game Pass recently.
Oh yeah.
And I think that game looks interesting. At the exact same time, I feel like I'm gonna want to kill myself if I even attempt that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair.
God, that is so nuts, though.
I know, right? It's just like the fact is you could get two probably Game of the Year contenders for less than the price of Mario Kart Worlds. What are we doing? Same as the price for like Donkey Kong Bonanza, because I know that one's $70.
Is Donkey Kong Bonanza 70? I thought that was 50.
No,
it was going to be 50.
I think it was more than that, isn't it? This is Nintendo we're talking about. There's no way it's less than 70, right?
You would hope.
Yeah, $69.99.
Oh my god. You know, Nintendo, I love you. You're going to hit a point where you can't get away with this anymore.
Maybe in 50 years.
I don't...
So don't worry, we see through your shit, but that doesn't mean everyone in the world does.
Andrew, I fucking hate that you're right.
I know. I hate when I'm right.
You're 100% right, and that pisses me off.
Yep.
Because it's like, yeah, all they need to do is release like the next Zelda game or the next Pokemon game, and people would be like, oh yeah, I'll pay $70, $80 for that. That sounds fair. That's fine.
Mm-hmm. And it's just it's the thing whenever I talk about Nintendo with you know people around, like friends of mine or whatever, and like most of us have fallen off the Nintendo train. You know, maybe play a game or two here or there they put out or whatever, but like for the most part, it's like we've kind of just aged out, and it's just like I always say this to them, and it goes, Nintendo doesn't sell to adults; they sell to kids, and they continually show that. Basically, and it doesn't matter. They don't care to retain, you know, their customer base. They don't care to keep the older crowd in line or whatever. They want you to adjust to the games they make and to what kids want, basically. And that way, when we have kids and stuff like that, like they're going to be playing Pokemon, but not the Pokemon that we played. With like, the early generations or whatever, stuff like that. They're going to be playing, Scarlet, Violet, ones. And whatever else comes afterwards, like ZA Legends or whatever. The
shitty ones.
It's like the ones that are newer. Like, we see them as shittier, but for some kids, like, that was their first experience with Pokemon, so that's all they know, and they think it's great.
I have no idea what Pokemon games have been like past Sword and Shield. Basically, I don't know if they've gotten better on the Switch since that game. I knew I saw a bunch from Sword and Shield. I bought one of them, and it was complete and utter dog shit. I feel comfortable calling those games dog shit, too. Man, looking back, like, even our, like, childhood Pokemon games weren't all that good in hindsight.
It's like they were fun because it was kind of our first introduction to
Pokemon, yeah.
Like Pokemon, or just like it's like people always find it weird when I call them JRPGs, but that's exactly what they are.
They're a good introductory, like, JRPG.
Exactly, like they're like the collector's thing or whatever, and it's why I say that is like basically Pokemon was my introduction to the Persona series. I'm like SMT, and you go, well, what's it? And it's like, no, you didn't. I'm like, well, yes, it was, because think about this: is that when you get a demon or you get a new persona, what do you do with those demons or personas or whatever? What do you do, depending on what you're playing? So like personas, you then fuse them together with other personas to make new personas, aka evolving them, and you want to collect them all. Sound familiar?
You ever read? Yeah, and have you ever read into like the psychology behind games like Pokemon? I don't know if it was done on Pokemon, but I think I heard about this one study where they talked about like why kids, particularly autistic kids, attach themselves to Sonic the Hedgehog. And it's like, oh, they're fun animals and like they're bright, vibrant colors. It's like you just pick like your favorite one or whatever.
Mm-hmm. That does not surprise me. I've not read anything about that, but that does not surprise me.
It also doesn't really help that, like, when you look at, like, the, like, wider gaming industry, aside from, like, I don't know, games like Grounded or, like, the couple SpongeBob games that they've been putting out, who else really is making kids games right now? Aside from Nintendo.
It's like Fortnite, I guess, but you consider that a kid's game?
I'm not sure. I think that one's kind of debatable. It's like an early teens game, I think.
Yeah, I think that's probably a better... It's like that's definitely where they more skew their audience to. Like, that's their target audience for sure.
Like 12, 13-year-olds, because that game uses guns and shit.
Yeah.
I think a part of the reason could be, like, Nintendo just has... Would it be radical to say that just like Nintendo doesn't have any competition in like the kids gaming space?
Oh, and you're absolutely right. It's just like it's like, I mean, I know I don't pay all that much attention, but there's like I'll watch like some streamers sometimes just like play Peppa Pig games or Bluey games or whatever, and they are the most pieces of dog shit I've ever seen. It's just like, it's not only just because the game is just obviously tailored towards kids, but it's just like it's just like they're not built well. They are not optimized at all. They don't play well. It's just kind of like a point and click type thing. Like, remember, just like those like, I mean, no one makes like Freddy Fish or whatever, or like Spy Fox games, or like Putt Putt. Like, no one makes those games anymore, you know?
Dude, we need to have another humongous entertainment in the world. Like, those games were so good.
And I'm telling you, is like backyard baseball being back is so much fun to know, because a lot of kids that are going to be like, you know, that are growing up or whatever, playing games or whatever, and just like playing like a fun like arcadey sports game or whatever, like backyard baseball. They just announced backyard football, I think literally today, is coming back, and I assume probably the other sports will follow with the seasons. But it's just like, great.
You would hope, yeah.
So, I don't know. I just, like, there just needs to be more that are specifically, like, for young kids in mind, basically. Like, it's kind of this introduction. And it's just, like, obviously they're not playing a ton on the PC, most likely, unless, you know, their parents let them play on it. But it's just, like, it's probably going to be a Switch or maybe a PlayStation, you know? It's, like, maybe Xbox, I don't know, depending on, you know, what you know the parents have probably already.
Probably not for Xbox.
Probably not, yeah. But you never know. So I don't know.
It's just like that though. Yeah, we need more companies making games tailored towards and like for kids.
Yeah, just for younger audiences that are like like not. You know, they don't have like they're just starting out with playing games and stuff like that. Like what's needed. But I just don't know how much of a. And I think it's always the difficult part or whatever. It's just like how much of there is like, and I think the thing is as well is like what ends up happening is because there's not a lot of like normal games that are meant for young kids is that they end up getting on these, you know, here's an iPad kid, play Candy Crush or whatever, you know. Like that's
whatever like
whatever apps they find or whatever on the App Store.
And you can definitely find like decent iPad games. It's like you can if a kid gets their hands on Bloons Tower Defense, they're gonna be the happiest kids that ever lived. But there's also a lot of slop on there, and it's It ultimately comes down to the parents, right? And I think this is the big advantage that Nintendo has, is that they are just like the most well-known and just like trusted brand. It's like parents aren't going to like gonna want to go through like digging through the App Store or digging through games on Steam to find like games that are appropriate for their kids. It's like it's so much easier from their point of view to just like get them a Switch or you know, something like that, and just give them like Donkey Kong Bonanza or give them Mario Kart.
Yep.
It's like, I know Mario. Everyone knows Mario. My kid will probably like Mario. Let's get him the new Mario game or the new Pokemon game or whatever.
Exactly. Or if you have the subscription service or whatever, you have the old game simulators as well for like the SNES, NES or whatever type thing. So, and those are just a plethora of just like old games, but would probably still be fun to young kids. Some of them, at least. And this is where it comes down to, I think, that Nintendo has meticulously, over many years, has constantly focused their brand. I wouldn't say force, but focus their brand onto just family-friendly oriented games or whatever. So it's always odd when you see Nintendo go for a more of adult theme or whatever. It was like when Duskbloods was announced for a Switch 2 exclusive, that blew my damn mind. I'm like, what do you mean? That's not that's not you, man. Like that's what? Okay, I mean, I guess it's for older audiences and obviously for the people who like the Souls-like games, basically, because it's made by the same people.
It is definitely where they were going with that. So I think Nintendo understands that they already kind of have a stranglehold on like the kids market, and they kind of want to diversify their portfolio a little bit by getting maybe those like older audiences. Like a lot of people were thinking about, should I get the new like Xbox handheld or like ROG Ally or a fucking Steam Deck or whatever, and Nintendo was like, hey, you know, our system has an exclusive Souls game.
Duskbloods. We know you like Souls.
I think that's
Souls likes.
Right. I think that's what they're mainly playing at with that.
What I look at it like this, and I agree with your point, but I also look at it like this, is that Nintendo knows that the younger audiences will want to Switch 2 and stuff like that. But what's forcing older audiences to get a Switch 2? Not a whole lot, basically, you know, and stuff like that. So they're looking, put Duskbloods. hey, you want to play Dustbloods? We know you like Souls-like games and stuff like that. So give us your money, buy the Switch 2. We'll take the Dustbloods money, and then you'll buy every other Nintendo game and stuff like that on there as well. Because you have the Switch 2, you might as well buy the stuff, right?
I don't like how Nintendo has basically become Ubisoft, but people let them get away with stuff.
That's why I was just like, no. Switch 2 exclusive? I'm like, what the fuck? Okay.
I feel like nobody wants to talk about it, and people are like, I can't believe you talk about Nintendo that way, but it's like...
It's true, though.
They're doing pretty scummy shit over there, and you saying it's okay because Nintendo isn't an excuse.
No, you just not really wanting to look at the facts in front of you.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I don't know. It's what we always say whenever we talk about Nintendo. They're an enigma that I'll never understand. So.
Yeah.
That's why I was just like, what would convince you to get a Switch 2? And I go, I don't know. I legit don't know what it would take for me to get a Switch 2. I was like, I don't care about Dustbloods. I don't care about Mario Kart. I don't care about Donkey Kong.
It'd have to be a hell of a lot cheaper, is where it would have come down to for me. It's like, even if it had like a exclusive Legend of Zelda game, I'm not sure that would convince me at this point, because it's like, okay, well, I don't want to pay like almost $500 for that. We've talked about this before, so we don't need to really harp on it for too long, but it's like, what would it take? I don't know. Like, it's hard because video game systems are going up in price as time goes on instead of down for whatever reason.
It's like prices
like,
for like consoles are going up, prices for the games are going up, and meanwhile I'm sitting here with my PC that I can just kind of interweave and interchange parts if I so desire for less than the costs or whatever, and play a lot of the same games or even a lot of better games because they come on all platforms.
I just want to fucking say that that viral anime horse racing video game is free. Don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, but at the exact same time, it's like, yeah, I don't know if it was like, it say like next November it goes on. They have like a deal on Black Friday or like Cyber Monday or whatever, where like you can get like a Switch 2 for like, I don't know, $350 or something like that. It's like, I'd think about it at least, but
yeah, just don't know what I'd use it for, but yeah, I'd think about it, I guess, if I had the money.
At the same time, it's like, we know Nintendo is never going to do that because they're just going to expect people to buy it anyway. You're going to get it because it's holiday time and it's the Switch 2.
Or I'm just saying, you get a Hollow Knight Silksong for $20.
I mean, for us, that's good.
I'm still blown away that that's the price. It's just, what do you mean?
For fucking parents or whatever, it's like, yeah, we know you want to play Hollow Knight. At the exact same time, your little shithead of a kid is crying and whining, being like, I want to play Mario Kart. all my school friends have it and I don't.
Yeah, I mean, that's how that conversation would go.
I want Mario Kart and I want a Stanley Cup and I want Riz or whatever.
Yeah. So.
Mom, I want a subscription to Andrew Tate's online courses for Christmas.
No, you don't.
I don't know what kids are into anymore.
I don't know. Who knows, man? We're too old for that.
Dude, I had a moment recently where it was... There's this new internet trend right now, like, it's like a bunch of... It looks like just a bunch of random lines just like on a blank background, right?
Okay.
And people were like, "This is the funniest thing of all time," and there was another group of comments being like, "This is super racist." And I was like looking for the context. It's like, what is any of this in reference to? And I could just not figure it out. But just everyone on that Reddit page was going crazy over it. And I'm like, is this what my dad felt looking at memes when I was a kid?
Probably.
Am I at the point where I don't understand funny internet trends anymore?
Alex, welcome to the club.
Man.
I haven't
can't be
understood a
that
lot
old
of
yet.
memes for a long time now, and it's like, you know, I'm turning 32 in like a month, so
I'm not ready, man.
no one's ever ready, but you know, it all comes eventually. You know, everyone's told at some point we're not allowed to play the child's game anymore. Alex, I'm sorry to say that this is your moment.
Am I gonna start spending like my free time at Menards, and should I start watching Young Sheldon or whatever the fuck?
No, not that. But you know, I mean, unless you want to, but you know.
I don't. I just feel like that's the thing to do right now. You know, that's the natural progression.
Let's just go watch like King of the Hill. That's not that bad, right?
Yeah, new season was actually really good.
That's good.
Dude, you've heard of Kentaco huts before, right?
I'm sorry. What? Say that again.
You've heard of Kentaco huts before, right?
Kentaco huts.
It's that thing that used to exist.
Oh, is
where
that the Kentucky
restaurant.
Fried Chicken, Taco Bell, and like that was all in like one building?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You've heard of those before.
Yeah.
You think if they had a combination, like Culver's, Menards, and like a sports bar, that it would just be like Disneyland for Midwest dads?
Yes.
Do you think like they would go there and just never leave ever? They would just spend all their free time there?
Yes. If the Packers game is on, like on a Sunday, like Sunday afternoon, like Sunday, when the Packers are playing, that place is the most packed place in the entire place in the Midwest, basically. Just telling you right now, like everyone's out there drinking beers, going through Menards. It's like, oh yeah, I could use that for the house type thing. Yeah. And then it's just like, and then when they get hungry, they get a butter burger, and you're like, yes.
I remember going to Menards with my dad when I was a kid.
Yep, same.
I never remembered what he bought, though.
Never.
I just kind of remember going there.
Yep, I was like, there was just some like Saturdays or whatever where Dad was just like, Andrew, hop in the car, we're going to Menards. And I go, oh, do we have to? I'm like, yes, you're getting out of the house because you've played too many video games. And I'm like, oh, fine.
And then we would go to the Fleet Farm for whatever reason.
Yep. And then my dad would would go to Menards, then Fleet Farm, then we're sitting here going just like, what are we looking at? I don't know. I zoned out.
I swear there was one time he dragged me out all the way out to Fleet Farm, and I was like, okay, you want to buy these boots? No. We need bird seed. Well, do you want this bird seed? Well, no. I'm not really feeling that one. It's like we were about to leave, and it's like, okay, we want to pick up like some like mixed nuts for your mother or whatever, and it's like, okay, you want to buy like this bag? This looks good. No, let's just go home.
Yep.
We were there for like 40 minutes. I was so pissed.
Yep. Been there, done that. Yep. At least when my mom tells me like, hey, we're going shopping or whatever, is like, can I go look at the video games? She's like, yeah. So at least I'd spend like, we'd be at like Walmart or Target or whatever. If we'd be at the mall, I'd be at the GameStop or whatever. And just sitting there staring at the same like 12 games or something like that, going like, oh man, that looks so much fun.
In hindsight, I feel so bad for those GameStop employees, dude.
I know.
So, God, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, welcome to this podcast where, in the middle of talking about Hollow Knight Silksong, we talk about Menards and Taco Bell shits.
That's what you get on that.
Oh.
That's what you get on It Never Ends. You know, you never know. It's a grab bag. One moment you're talking about Silksong, the next thing you're talking about Menards, and you're sitting, you're going, "What the hell?"
We hope you enjoy your stay.
Exactly. The ride is here, and I hope you appreciate it. Blah blah. You know, I can speak.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, since we're, I think ran through everything for Silksong, we have bigger news. Micah Parsons is a Packer. What the fuck happened?
You know, I don't know. You don't know. We talked to Billy. He doesn't know.
I mean,
everybody that I've seen and talked to is completely and utterly baffled.
I mean, it's a baffling
because I don't get it either. Yeah.
It's crazy to me that in the year of 2025, there's 2 Dallas teams in 2 different sports that traded away their best player, basically, to another team for basically nothing. It's like NBA did it with Luka Doncic, and now the Cowboys have done it with Micah Parsons. It's like to the Packers of all teams, dude. It's like the Cowboys hate the Packers. So it's just like what? You did it for 2 first-round picks and Kenny Clark? This is eerily similar to the Luka Doncic. 1 first-round pick and an older player that's kind of past his prime. Interesting. It's almost like Jerry Jones saw what the Mavericks head coach, I always forget his name, basically did, and he's just like, hold my fucking beer. I'm going to do something so stupid, everyone will be talking about it for forever.
I mean, what are they getting out of this? I'm just...
You're getting 2 first-round picks and a veteran that's kind of past his prime.
Who gives a fuck?
Exactly. Nobody gives a fuck. We'll take that any day of the fucking week. Like, what are you doing, man? Unless those 2 picks are going to turn into 2 players that are better than Micah Parsons, highly unlikely.
No. Yeah.
But, you know, it's going to go down as one of the most baffling, lopsided trades of all time. It's like, realistically, if you're the Packers, like, I mean, people are already saying that there's a potentiality you instantly became, like, a Super Bowl favorites, basically. And I go, I don't know about that, but I would say their chances of winning the Super Bowl got a lot higher because we actually have an edge rusher that can actually get to the fucking quarterback.
I mean, for us, they're Super Bowl favorites. It doesn't matter how shitty the Packers are. We love them anyways. But
yeah. Although it's funny, apparently Micah Parsons is still hurt, and he's just like, yeah, questionable if he's even going to play Week 1. Although it sounds like he's going to basically go and take like some injections for his back or whatever it is. I don't remember what it was. So I'm just like, I mean, even if he's not there for a week, I think he'll be fine. So, you know, that just happened. Yeah. No one knows why. No one knows how. No one knows what Dallas is doing. Jerry Jones doesn't even know what Jerry Jones does. I think there's just like this like crazy, weird old man that just sort of takes over. Oh, wait, that's just Jerry Jones. Got it. It's just... Oh, all a week before the season starts. Like as of recording this, the season starts on Sunday. Well, technically Thursday, but the first game for the Packers is on Sunday. What? I don't get it.
I don't know, dude.
I just don't get it.
Me neither.
It's crazy because I was sitting here looking at the team before that trade, and it was just like, I mean, I guess we'll have a decent one. It's like, obviously, I think losing Jair Alexander was kind of rough, but it's like, should be fine. And then the Parsons trade happened. I'm like, well, that defense instantly looks way better now. It's like, well, I think his sack numbers are probably still going to not be as good as they were with Dallas just because there's not really another guy on the other side of the line to really... So, like, Parsons is going to get double-teamed for sure. But, in essence, that's taking heat off of the other guy on the edge, which will then hopefully allow him to get to the quarterback more often.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, the impact will be felt, and hopefully the offense will actually perform, and Jordan Love will actually look like the quarterback of, like, I mean, not that he did bad last year. He just had a lot of dumb decisions right before half. It's like he would try and force a pass right before halftime and then throw a pick six. He did that like 4 times last year, which then put the Packers in an even deeper hole than they were prior to that. And you're just like, why would you do that? So, but later in the year, he kind of stopped doing that, and then his numbers started being better, and the offense started playing better. So, you know what? Good on you.
Yeah.
It's like instantly I'm worried less about the defense, and I'm worried more about the offense, because we still don't really have a veteran receiver. I guess Romeo Dobbs is our veteran receiver, although that's your veteran receiver? Like, come on, bro. It's like I hope Golden's as good as he's advertised, as much as the hype in the preseason has been for him. That'd be really cool. But we'll see. As long as Josh Jacobs doesn't get hurt, I think we'll have a pretty decent offense. And that's the Packers preseason review. I haven't actually paid attention to preseason, and that's all I'm going to offer, because I don't know football all that much. That's about as much as I know. Thank y'all so much for listening or watching this long, kind of rambly episodes. I know I cut it short because we talk about an hour about hard games and stuff in general. It didn't really fit for what we were doing, and I just decided that let's just split this in two. So be on the lookout for another podcast kind of talking about flesh and blood and everything like that. But yeah, if you did like this episode, be sure to like and subscribe to the podcast. Be sure to check the links down below, and we will see y'all next week. Bye-bye.